Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anybody else who's out there. Welcome to Midnight's Edge After Dark. I am Tom Connors. We are here once again live. I think, is this the first meet of the year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're 4 days late. Typically.
I wore underwear and
45
everything.
minutes and 4 days late.
I wore underwear and everything for everybody.
You don't usually
hear that.
That's a fabulous mustache, Mike.
Wait, thank you. I'm back to my old avatar after all the avatars that you've made for me this in 2021.
I will rock you some new avatars this year.
Ooh,
just going a little retro there for tonight. That, of course, is Mike, the Mexican Iron Man, the producer who produces so many shows on YouTube. You have no idea. How you doing, my friend?
Very well, and happy to start the year off with my bestest buddies and this amazing show, this amazing chat stream. And I am looking forward to a 2022, and I hope we get more good stuff of some of the good stuff we've gotten, and we keep the battle and the boot on the throat of woke.
Absolutely. Also with us tonight is the one, the only Jesse Miller of Jesse at the Crow's Nest. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Everything's going pretty well.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. We also have joining us Mr. Culture Casino of the Heritage Menace.
I'm here to say hi to everyone. You know, that The Last Jedi is not canon. Okay.
It's not canon.
No, it is not. Yeah.
Neither is Ryan Johnson's next movie. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we might here in a little bit. We got a lot to talk about here, actually. And Script Doctor will probably be along shortly. He's dealing with some work stuff, so hopefully he'll be by in a bit. We may have some other people drop in, but thank you for coming in tonight, guys. We just had the premiere on Midnight's Edge. That's why we're so late. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, though, even though Superman did not enjoy his time in prison.
No.
Dude, what's up with this?
Which
really? The whole thing?
Don't know.
Who's the editor that let this go out to children?
Somebody bad.
Apparently.
Well, no, it's a white male. They have to tear him down, and they literally have to do, unspeakable things to him because they know it'll get to us.
Bad
Isn't this impairing the morals of a minor or some kind of charge?
Well,
this is meant for children.
I like this one. Sanders says Shawshank Superman. Yeah.
Why should kids get a Superman book and read this?
Oh.
I honestly think that this is something that somebody should be looking into. I mean, this isn't normal.
I know. We do have a member chat, though, and we got some super chats. So let's get to those, as well as saying hello to everybody out there. Deleted Scenes, a.k.a. Steven, our good friend, says, hail, Tom, Jesse, Mike, Culture, fellow mods, and chat. And now the good news, right? Please? Damn. Well, we do have some good news, as you'll see in the title. But we have to get through the bad as well. We also have a super chat here from Lord Kamina 2, says, Mike, did you watch the anime I recommended on TWI?
I think it means Twitter.
I think it's Twitter, yeah.
Gosh, I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Lord, you don't have to put another super chat. Just type it in the chat stream. I have been watching so much anime since Thanksgiving. I compiled a list from about 4 or 5 different people. So
hey,
I'm not sure what you were talking about, but
I would be Mike. I'd be looping Aunt May, hot Aunt May all the time if I could, just watching a loop. It'd be amazing.
Okay, yeah, but there's some really exciting stuff in anime, though.
Yeah, Aunt May, she's smoking.
And I do want to thank you. I do want to thank all of our chat peeps that have hit me up with a list, because I'll tell you this much: aside from the occasional action movies that we've seen, the real movies. I've been getting some real good entertainment by jumping in anime, and I didn't like the drawing at first, but I'm kind of into it now. I gotta say,
there's a lot of great anime, my friends.
The only issue is that it is hard for a lot of us to get into anime because a lot of it looks the same as far as the style of art. Like anime, there's a lot of V face going on. There's a lot. They spend most of their time on the backgrounds, and it seems like they spend less time on character models, individual designs. That's what always turned me off.
Story good?
Oh, that's the problem. Some of the stories are fucking excellent. And there's a lot of stuff that comes out now where the animation style turns me right off, and then I watch it and I like the stories. I'm like, this is hard to visually watch, but I'm enjoying it. I want a little bit more.
I don't know, man. The story's good, dialogue's good, voice acting's good, especially if it's done properly. You're right. The background's beautiful. So you
I
just
like turtles.
character design.
Oh,
So
their
Lord-
city. They no one matches them for drawing city work.
So
No,
Lord Kamina, now I remember which one he actually turned me on to this anime, which I haven't seen yet, but I ordered the DVDs last week.
Okay.
It's called
Kamina.
Interspecies. It's an anime story of how these guys go to different planets and rate their encounters with females of alien species.
Did you say
that sounds
rate
good.
or rape?
No, I said they rate RATE as in
Oh.
Tom. Rate.
I'm like
like-
Polly. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm always.
Paulie, don't be confused. You're Latino. You are not Latinx. Don't
Actually, I
be
use that
confused.
out of context.
Oh.
Hey, Mike. I haven't heard from you about this self-induced torture that I've offered to subject myself to.
Culture Casino, thank you so much for reminding me. I just spent an entire weekend with Paulie and I forgot to get that scheduled. Culture, thank you for showing up. Paulie, Latino Slant, thank you for being in the chat stream. I will immediately get on it and schedule it right now. Paulie, check your Twitter. Culture,
Uh-oh.
people in the chat
He is
stream.
avoiding it like a motherfucker.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
can't-
he just threw himself right under the bus. He could have just let it
I
go.
can't believe
We
I
have a
just spent-
guest though here in the back.
Damn.
I spent 2.5 days with Paulie and I totally forgot to bring it up.
We have a guest, a very important one, of course.
Oh,
The boss man. So
Oh!
Hey,
behave.
Andre.
Hey, greetings, everyone.
Hi, boss.
I won't stay long, so I have to wake up in a couple of hours here. So
Well, stay as long as you can, and while you're here,
I
you can
just wanted
also
to-
address House of Atreides super chat from earlier.
yeah, and he says, "Don't you wish the Warner executives were like glow sticks? I just want to snap them and shake the living shit out of them until the lights come on." Well,
Oh, no.
maybe that's what David Zaslav, or Zaslav, I forgot his first name, the Discovery guy, wants to do as well.
You're starting to
let's hope
sound like
so.
one of those writers when they write Superman or one of the X-Men now, though.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
because
they
I'm tired.
No. I mean the fantasy of killing people for things.
Yeah, but
There
that's what
better
they
not
want.
be
That's
any-
what they want to bestow upon people, isn't it?
Kind of.
Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, wait a minute here, because there was that nature girl who killed the guy at the store for littering, and then you have Superman who has this fantasy of killing this guy. Which, look, okay, I understand. Anybody who is normally under that kind of a situation would rightfully feel that way, but not Superman. He's above that sort of thing.
Yeah, Superman don't give a shit about you.
Well, it's not so much even that. It's just that, even if somebody wronged him in that way, he would not retaliate like this.
Yeah, he's a god.
And he
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
even
he's,
think of
he's,
anything like this or fantasize like this.
Even
This
look
is
at
just-
somebody who knows like martial arts. They don't walk around raging on people unless they're absolutely crazy. They're calm because they know what they could do. Superman could do everything. He has all the superpowers. They kept giving him more and more superpowers. He's not going to do this.
Well, this wasn't
Yeah.
really Superman, though. Rather, it was like a writer trying to tell a message and using a horrible, horrible way to get that message across.
And Andre, like you're a father. Are you okay with
Yes.
little kids picking up these comic books that have Superman being raped by rebar?
I don't think. Well,
Like, how is this? How is this?
not
like,
as such,
legal?
no.
Is
I'm
this
not.
legal?
Well,
I wanna
I guess
know.
it's legal, but depends on the kid and how old they are. But, like, for instance, I don't think that my kids are ever going to get into comics because kids growing up today, I don't think they do that. But if they are, you can rest assured that they will get a proper education in the matter and they will have better taste than to pick up something from contemporary DC.
Yeah, but like let's say some random kid just picks this up and he just opens this up to read some Superman and he sees this. I would consider that impairing the morals of a child. I think that DC
You know what? I
is
think
in a lot
that
of hot water on this.
I think that they have severely misjudged their audience. Like these books here, they're not written for kids.
No.
This is
Well,
something that
even though I
the
will argue that this
writer
cover
wrote for
does-
himself.
Yeah,
This
this cover.
is like a gay bondage rape fantasy with
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah,
Well,
that too.
Like, look at this cover though. This does not lead you to believe it should be an adult story in any way.
No,
But to the problem here, Jesse, is that they're ambiguous enough about it in the story here that they don't specifically say it, but like I got into like only one or two people tried to argue with me about this on Twitter. And basically when I pointed out to him that like, no, if he just meant tortured, that's what he would have said. They are heavily implying something else here.
Oh, obviously.
Right? And they couldn't argue with me on that. Right? Like that's the problem here is even though they don't say it straight out, it's still so heavily implied that you can't mistake it for anything else.
I think somebody at DC needs their happy little ass kicked.
Joe Pat 87 says DC Comics bad at math. Well, math is racist.
Yeah, exactly. Math is white supremacy.
Yeah.
You know, for math, wow. Math is Asian supremacy. We all know this.
Hey, come down there. There's some Mexicans that are good at math too.
Yeah, especially one right here.
No, yeah, right there.
And I graduated him from Iron Man. I got him a new logo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody go check out my Twitter. I love a shirt. I'm wearing it tomorrow, actually.
He's the new Mexican Batman.
It's a really good one. You got like really thick cotton. It's like beautiful. I'm gonna go get it right now. I'll be right back.
It is awesome shirt.
I hope he never runs into Mexican Magneto.
El Margarito?
Margarito. That's awesome.
We got some other member chats here. Thank you so much, Six, for bringing these to my attention. From Mike, who just ran away and said, "Welcome to the pre-stream chat show. Please note that this is a red pill zone only." And then Pop Culture Curator has been a minimum effort member for 6 months. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. And yes, so thank you, Six, for keeping me up to speed on that. And hello to everybody in the chat. Let's say hello to everybody besides Six. We also have Goddess of Whim here. We got Prime Time. We got 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. What's on the docket tonight for Toxic Tuesday? I didn't even happen to see what's on.
That's a good question.
He's doing Goodfellas tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Lord almighty.
Dude, I haven't seen Goodfellas in like 20 years.
I'm there, dude. Send me the link.
I'm going to skip this one because seriously, just like I said to him, I remember Joe Pesci killing that kid. I remember Joe Pesci stabbing that guy. And then I remember Joe Pesci kicking that other guy.
As far as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. That is like one of my movies. Am I funny to you, huh? Like a clown?
Yeah, see, that's the main scene, man, because there's no way for that kid to get out of that.
Oh, I love that fucking movie. That is a great fucking movie. Then we got Kitty Bear here as well. How you doing, Kitty Bear? He's been a member for 7 months. Thank you for being a member. So yeah, Andre, what's going to happen with tomorrow? We've got a special morning show, do we not?
Yeah, we do. Also, Mike, that is one awesome shirt. I have to say,
Mexican Batman.
That is magnificent. Really, really is.
I'm so fired up that Tom sent this to me for Christmas. It just got here. I'm so excited. I love it. I love it.
Where did you even find that?
I have no idea. I've never seen one like this ever.
No, I haven't either.
They're around. There's a Superman one like it too. So speaking of Superman.
Yeah, the Batman one's way cooler.
Well, yeah.
Batarangs would
and if I remember correctly, Mike said that Batman is his favorite superhero. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, that's like the Batman Noel shirt.
I know I was going to say Batman but yeah.
Yeah.
Goddess of Whim has also been a member for 9 months at the minimum ever puppy level, if I could speak. And Andre, we have one of your fellow Norwegians here as well. Jace's
Hey, awesome.
dude.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
How's it
How
going?
are you guys? How are you guys?
I'm doing okay, except for now I got to end this show early so I can get over to Toxic Tuesday because of Goodfellas. But no, we got a few things to talk about here. The DC EU is coming, isn't that right, Andre?
Yeah, it is, and I won't stay long because I have to wake up and take the kids to kindergarten in a few hours here. But yeah, no. So tomorrow, I just want to plug this before I have to take my absence. So yeah, tomorrow, the regular morning show, we will have a DC special extravaganza where we're going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly about DC. The show is up already, actually, so you can just go and bookmark it, whatever.
Yeah.
Help share it. So yeah, first we're going to have a panel of all of your favorite YouTubers where we are going to talk about DC. We're going to talk about the news, everything like that. And then a little bit later into the show, because of time differences and stuff, Mikey Sutton will arrive. I know that he has some choice words for the current people in charge of Warner Media. And then he has some new information to drop as well. So that should be very interesting. So everyone be sure to check in for that.
Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question on DC because I'm confused? Does Doom Patrol not count or something? Because they have Cyborg on that show and it's a totally different Cyborg.
Yeah, but it's on TV, so it don't count.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Anyway, with that, so yeah, thanks for having me for a little time, and
Let the other Norwegian
yeah,
take over,
absolutely.
right?
yeah, exactly.
And I'll
pass
finish
it back
saying
to my
hello
fellow
as
countrymen.
you head out the door. I'll finish saying hello to other people in the chat. We got Kenneth LaRock, we got Donnie Pearson here, we got Flash. You're not yellow Flash, but just regular Flash.
Just medium Flash.
Just meet regular, just standard Flash.
Damn.
E. Clay
Standard
Thomason's
Flash.
here. Rob Altus is here. Nikki D is here as well. We got so many more. Xenomorph. Rico Zorro is here as well. We got so many members here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And as Monkey Jeebus says, yes, Batmanuel. But yes, I can't wait for tomorrow morning, Andre. That's going to be a hell of a show. We got Mikey Sutton, as you said, and hopefully some other guests popping in, and it'll be fun. And yeah, we're going to get into that Superman X.
Yeah, good times. Anyway, with that, have a great rest of the show, and I'll see you all
Take
around.
care.
Take care.
Later,
Wouldn't,
brother.
wouldn't the X be in
Night,
the way
boss.
where the A is, though? So wouldn't it be like Super Minxon?
Oh, dude, I don't know. We've been figuring this out. We've been trying to figure this out. There's
You say
no
finger
answer.
or figure? You got
Just
to be
call
careful
him
with the
Super
word.
Spanks and be done with it.
Super Spank.
By the way, hi Mexican Iron
Whoa,
Man.
you know.
It's finally
Yes,
Hey,
and
Jay.
hello,
again.
Jace. How you doing,
Hey,
man?
Steph.
Brother Jay.
It's been a long time, brother.
Yes. I've known you
You
on
too.
I've known you online without streaming with you longer. Like I don't even know how long. It's been forever.
It's been forever.
So we're not going to dwell on the Superman DCEU stuff since we're going to get into that in the morning more. So that was just kind of to bring us into the mix of things here. Unless you guys have anything to comment on it real quick, I think we should move along to other news.
Just get rid of the Flash movie. We don't need it. I don't want it. Easy as that.
I've never wanted any Flash movie because the Flash is. I've said it many times on many channels. I don't know if I've said it here, but it is the worst superhero ever. I mean, you know why, Tom?
Why is that?
Wait a minute. Aquaman's the worst Superman.
No, Flash.
Superman.
Well, actually, they're both the worst from a Latino perspective for different reasons. I mean, so Flash is like, okay, what's the superpower? He runs fast. Come on, I'm Mexican. We do that every day.
You know, it's funny though. I hate the Flash, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
The Flash runs up buildings and shit, right? That's impossible. There's no friction. Okay, your superpower is stupid. Your origin story is stupid.
Yes.
Everything about your character is dumb as fuck.
Yep.
Worst character ever.
Yep.
Great character design, beautiful costume.
Yep.
Stupid character.
Yep.
Sorry,
Jesse,
not
this
sorry.
is why we get along so well.
So
Dude,
then I
he
guess,
makes no sense. How's he run up a wall?
I don't know.
and then I guess that you all agree that Ezra Miller was a fucking miscast.
That guy's a mental patient. He
Yeah.
should be getting help.
He needs
He
therapy.
attacked a pregnant woman.
Who does
Yep.
that?
Some guy who's hopped up on pills. That's what.
I think he was on blow or something.
He's on something.
That was
He
somebody's
wasn't
insert,
smoking a bowl.
literally.
Learn it. Did you want to fight? Whoa, bro. Fight?
Yeah, okay, Andy Dick.
You know what?
Yes,
You're right.
agreed.
It's like him and Andy Dick are trying to be the two biggest dicks in Hollywood.
I don't think they're.
he's
I don't
dressed
think
like a
they're
homeless
trying to be.
lady.
I think they might be on the receiving end. Like I said, I think this was somebody's insert.
They've both been on the receiving end.
Now, Speedy Gonzalez is
Yeah.
okay as a superhero because he's fast and he's cute.
Yeah, but he doesn't do dumb shit.
And he's a
Like,
mouse.
He doesn't travel through time. He makes pizzas really fast on the new show. He's a good restaurant too.
It's like I do love the Justice League's Zack Snyder cut. It's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna admit that. But another thing is that since the first day I saw the movie, I've always said Ezra Miller is the wrong cast for Barry Allen
I think everybody did.
since day
And
since
welcome,
day one.
welcome, Script Doctor.
Hey, Script.
Good evening. How's it going, everybody?
We're glad.
I'm just ragging on superheroes.
Hopefully
right
you got some good news, but
I did. Yeah.
that's
You
good.
do.
Mad the Magnificent is in the chat. I sent you the link, buddy.
Yep.
Says, how is Flash more of a badass in real life than he was in the
Dude,
movie?
he choke slammed that pregnant chick pretty good. Oh, look, I'm telling you right now,
That is cold-blooded.
Aquaman is still the worst superhero.
Dude, imagine if you were like you're really into fishing, and then like you became Aquaman. Now it's like I can't do that anymore. I'm just cheating.
I don't know.
Right.
I find if I were Aquaman, that'd be useful because I'd save a shitload of money in like the fish counter at the local supermarket.
Yeah, for real. Besides getting fish,
Those are your buddies. You don't eat your buddies.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? Everything eats every fish eats every fast fit bigger fish eats every smaller little fish. Are you kidding me?
No, it's not like when somebody crashes a plane into the Andes, bro. You're not going to eat your pals. Come on.
No, I didn't say that. That's different. I mean, out in the wild, to be a fish amongst fishes, and like, let's say I read up a
you're the king of the ocean. You're not going to eat your subjects,
yeah,
dude.
Let's say there's a mackerel
he
or
can
a
also
tuna.
control
What am I going to
fish,
do?
right?
What am I going to do? Like light a cigar and have like an afternoon like brandy with like a tuna or like a sailfish? No, I'm with
high as hell.
I'm like, hey, sailfish, come here. All right,
it's way
snap
too
the
much
thing off its
mercury,
nose.
dude.
I
You
would
would mercury poison yourself, Mike.
No,
Come
I'll
on.
snap the thing off the nose and then I'll stab the sailfish. So All right, now you're going to
does his superpower affect freshwater as well as saltwater, or does the brackishness count?
He's a man. He's a man of this of the water. You know?
So can he control the Loch Ness monster?
I mean, if they're going to race swap,
and why is he not riding the Loch Ness monster?
Because it's
He
really
doesn't control
slow.
any of them.
Fuck
He just talks to
Nessie.
them, and they agree to work with him or not.
Fuck Nessie, bring on the Kraken, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Hey, if they were going to race swap anyone,
squid.
you know what Hollywood woke coaches don't have the balls to, but they ought to? They had to take Aquaman and make him Mexican. I mean, swimming, Rio Grande River. I mean, come on. It's a natural fit.
He's kind of Hawaiian right now, isn't he?
He had orange hair.
I don't know what he is. He looks Samoan.
He was super orange hair, dude. You know,
And we have with us now Aqualad himself.
Oh God,
it's actually awkward mad. Awkward.
Hey, the intern is here. Happy New Year,
what's up,
intern.
Never been an intern. Sorry, I just got out of the shower, so I'm still, putting on the face.
Did they seriously put your face on Aquaman? Who did that?
Oh, a fan. I have those.
He does that shit all the time.
Good job.
He does have
well, culture. I want to jump to
I have
you
a
real quick
question
here.
for Mad.
Okay, hurry up.
Okay, real quick. Mad, real quick question. For your avatar pick.
Sure.
How much did those implants cost?
Well, so I got a 2-for-1 sale. It was in Mexico, and as you know, Mike, that is not always the best decision.
Nope.
Yeah, by the looks of you, I think they put 2 plate carriers in your chest.
It was a simple 10 payments of $9.99.
Did you get the Ricardo Montalban edition or what?
I wish I got that reference to keep going with this bit, but I don't know.
Did they use it? Oh, because he had fake tits in.
No, they were real.
No, they were real.
Yeah, he's been a dancer his entire life.
No, I mean, when he was older, didn't they use a fake?
No, they were totally real. That was the rumor that they were fake, but yes, it was.
They glued the necklace onto it, so because it didn't move, it looked like it was fake because they glued the necklace down because it kept on swinging around on him.
Probably catching the light and shit, I suppose.
Yeah,
no, not that. It's just that it would never be in the position where it would tuck underneath part of the jacket.
It tasked him.
Well, he was an alpha.
Goldust wanted to get implants when he was in the WWF.
Oh my God, is that real?
That's real. Yeah, they were like, I don't know, man, that may be too far.
What's he like in real life? Is he really all screwy Louie like Goldust?
No, he's just a dedicated worker. Come on.
And he was gonna get what? No.
Yeah, they had to talk him out of it.
All right, so let's get on to
weird.
this. Culture. Spider-Man is just fucking killing it at the box office.
Dude,
it continues to just push on through, and I think that's the main reason that Morbius was pushed back until April. I don't know about you, but
That and
Italian?
that and Moronocron, right? Because I mean, Canadian cinemas, especially in Ontario province, and I'm not sure any others because that's our resident Canadian there. But they
Speaking of Canadians, someone who could probably drink as much as most Canadians, Nick Weiser. How you doing?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Nick Weiser.
Party up in here.
So
Hail, brother.
Hell.
but here's
So
the
yes,
deal. Spider-Man now you have Sony and Disney fighting over how much money it made to figure out how much share of the box
Yeah.
office they get. That's spectacular.
It is. And well, unfortunately, in Norway, as I reported some time ago, they delayed it again in Norway.
Oh, dude. So this thing could get more legs. This is the thing most people
What?
don't understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got more delayed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah, it-
no!
No, it's cool because they're gonna go see it, right? But it's this really interesting thing where you've got like this amazing film out there that has just continued to grow legs, and it's gonna have legs until the middle of this month, until middle of January, and then I think it'll start to slow down, and we'll see this. What did you say today? Digitally, when do you think it's coming out, Tom? I think it's pretty soon.
probably May.
Yeah, but this thing is a monster. There it is.
Yeah, it really is.
What was that? 1.4
almost.
billion so far. Yeah, they're even close. So 1.4. It's gonna do 1.5 without China, which is actually very impressive and shows you people actually really responded to this movie. I mean, shit, I've seen it in theaters a few times already myself. And yes.
Yeah. So, but here's the coolest thing about it, right? I still think we're looking at 1.6 on this. What do you guys think?
I think it's possible. I think you might be right.
I think it'll creep closer to the 2.
Huh? This is
Yeah,
January's
I
a
think so
small
too.
month, so yeah, you're gonna need something else to watch.
No, we talking with or without China?
No China. No China.
No China.
Tom McHolland is going to make about $6 million on this movie, right?
Oh, probably more than that.
This thing is.
Are they going to keep giving him bonuses because it's
His
making
back
so
end
much
is pretty
goddamn
big.
money? Or...
He's on one of those last final back end contracts that Disney and Sony wrote. So I would imagine anyway.
This
I
would have
wonder
been
if
his
he's
bigger
gonna start
payday, probably
demanding
too.
more money.
Yeah, the very last back end contract that I know of that was substantial was Cruella chick, Emma Stone. I don't think anybody else has gotten that deal because they are trying to push harder towards like definitive numbers for earnings for their stars and films. So
I just want to note this thing did $8 million on a Monday.
On a regular Monday.
8 weeks after it came out. What
Well,
does
technically
that?
it was after a holiday weekend, but most people were back to work in school by then.
Dude, this is
Triple
insane.
Spider-Man.
Well, guys, it lines up perfectly with this booming economy that Joe Biden was just telling us about. It's one of the best economies in 40 years. So obviously, people have more money to go see movies on a Monday.
And that's why you're the intern. Good job.
Well,
Let's go,
it would have been
Brandon.
funny if you guys like knew like politics and stuff. My goodness.
politics. What are
Well,
politics?
I'm all
What
about
entertainment
politics.
show,
That's why I
one
hate
channel.
Joe Biden so much.
There's like one person in the chat that really appreciated what I said, and they're
Of course
laughing
they
their ass off.
Oh,
Right.
no,
And the
you.
other 400.
trying to find somebody in the chat that's laughing right now. Hang on.
Well, they can't. They're laughing too hard to type. You know what, Casino? Don't be mean.
Good to see you, man. I miss you,
Good to
man.
see you, man.
But no, like what's interesting is I think Ghostbusters has been getting some of the spillover because the movie's still selling out.
Oh yeah.
And Ghostbusters actually had a jump last weekend.
Good.
It's
did.
not doing so well overseas. Like that's the sad part. And I think the reason for that is because it's already out digitally. It
Right.
came out digitally this morning, and people have already been able to get access to it.
Yep.
It is
But
out
it did
already?
have a 17% jump last weekend here in the US.
Wow.
And I think that's because people are trying to get into Spider-Man and they can't.
Well, they won't be disappointed with Ghostbusters. That's for sure.
No, and look, and here's the cool thing about Ghostbusters. At this point, arguably, this film has made money. Okay,
Oh yeah.
I think Tom and I are on the same page there. It's close to like
Considering it made a big, large chunk of its money in the US and it only
Yeah.
cost $75 million to make, I think it's safe to say, even though it hasn't hit the rule of 3, considering I don't
close.
think they did very much, they didn't do nearly as much advertising, I think, for this as they did like Spider-Man and the other
And they-
Ghostbusters. So
And as far as I know, they only had 2 partner advertising, side by side. So
Also, if you factor in the fact that if that 2016 movie never came out, I truly believe this would make even more money, because there are some people who are still feeling the
I agree.
stigma of that 2016 movie. And had you had removed that stigma, there would have been a bit more optimism, not just from the opening weekend, but from just like people being initially excited, because that 2016, like, that stench still kind of lurks on, even with this decent performance. So for what this is worth, this is still a solid number.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think that that movie did not help. I think they would have done better if they'd have done a little bit better campaign. But no, it's nothing to sneeze at. I wish it had done a little bit better. Unfortunately, I see it's not doing so well overseas right now in certain areas, but I think that more has to do with the fact that it's already available on the high seas. But I think it's going to sell well on video. We'll
I
see.
think that when the next one comes out, this one's going to get a second life.
Oh yeah,
because people are going to be like, "Oh, this is definitely
well,
something different."
I've heard some people that are still like, haven't seen it. They're a little leery at first, and then so now that they're hearing good things, maybe that's another reason why they're going to see
Just
it.
watch the damn movie. It's a Ghostbusters film.
But if Paul Feig has his way,
it's an actual one.
Because we can't get away from Mr. Feig, right? Because motherfucker can't keep his mouth shut.
Oh God!
Oh, I know, right?
Before I get into this,
are you fucking high?
No, he's
there's not enough cocaine. There's not enough cocaine in Hollywood.
I do not consent this. I don't consent. I do not consent.
No,
Hold on. Let's hear him out.
No.
What?
No, Ed was the one who fucking said that.
Out of here.
Wow.
Maybe
he's talking
or whatever.
Well, maybe he's talking about the catering, like the best boy. We don't know what part of the team he's hoping to return.
Maybe he means Chris Hemsworth.
Maybe he thinks there needs to be more annoying loud women.
Okay, I gotta answer John here though, quick. The rule of three is I generally go by, and this is generally a good way of figuring out if a movie has really made money or not, and that is taking whatever the budget is and tripling it. Because usually when it comes to overseas, the box office, they get a lot less than 50% in most areas, and then you also got to figure in advertising and all that shit. So it kind of evens itself out if you go by the rule of three. Now, like people like Odin go by like more of a rule of 2 and 2.5 to a point.
That's not right.
And he's got his way that works in certain ways, but I don't agree with a lot of what he comes out with a lot of the time. But that's just me personally, because I've always gone by the rule of three, and to me, it generally works out well. And anytime we go by that, it's pretty spot on when we get the article 2 months after the movie come out and they say, "Oh, Ghostbusters lost $70 million." Or Batman v Superman lost $150 million or whatever it was.
Yeah,
right?
You need that big pad.
Yeah. Or Justice League, whichever one it was. Yeah. But anyhow, that's the rule of three. But yeah, so evidently Paul Feig.
God. Why?
What the hell does he want?
I guess we all can say we do not consent for this.
I'm still holding out. I want to hear what he has, what he's pitching.
Can somebody just call Jeff and take care of this guy?
Jeremy
Let's
Dick?
do this. We're holding
Jeremy
out.
Dick. That can't be a real name.
Who's reading this?
Anyway,
Tom or
I'll
Dolphin?
read it.
I can grab it real quick
right.
either way. Because here he just has this little blurb mostly. We probably won't be seeing a sequel to 2016 Ghostbusters reboot anytime soon, thank God. But director Paul Feig is willing to settle for a crossover. Of course he is. This summer, the highly anticipated, I should say, this is like old. What the fuck? Oh, this is from last year. Okay, so I thought this was newer, but
anyway, he's still a douchebag.
He's still a douchebag.
He's still a douchetarian.
Because I hope what's so great in the comic book world is that they've done a lot of crossover ones where there's like an interdimensional rip and our team joins up with the original Ghostbusters. So the fact that that's already been laid and made comic book canon, anything could happen, so who knows? I would love to see that team up come back, and we had so much fun making that movie for whatever controversy it caused. Okay, so like I'm surprised he hasn't come back out and saying this again with Spider-Man. I think that's why I misinterpreted and I didn't look at the date early enough.
Okay, I want to add about that comic.
Yeah.
That thing sold like garbage. And I'm gonna tell you, I like the shop that I go to is one of the biggest ones in the state of Illinois, and literally people unsubscribed from that book because there was a crossover with those female Ghostbusters. And then I found out from other comic bookers, from around the country that they didn't want that book. And if you look at the sales for it, the sales were plummeting as they were going for that crossover. So they were willing to let their ideology die with that book. And now we've not had a replacement since then.
Yeah.
And Tom, even though that article predates maybe the other stuff, it actually is consistent with an overall line. If you look at what he recently did within the context, here's the guy who's like, I noticed I'm not working or getting any work done. Sure, I hope we do a crossover. And then that didn't happen, and the movie did well. And now he's like, well, I hope we include my member in the box set. Hey, what's everybody doing? I need another suit.
Well, I mean, you laugh, but they did add that digital code. So win to Paul. Nope, nobody. All right then. Well,
actually, that one's already going to be a part of the set, no matter what. It was already in there. But anyway,
was it already in there? I thought they added it after.
No. It was confirmed later on because I had heard that myself.
Yeah.
And then Ghostbusters News confirmed later on that yes, it was always meant to be part of the set as a digital download.
Look, somebody needs to go to this guy's house and just leave a bunch of rakes all over his front lawn on the way to his car.
I think he's really bitching more so that the disc itself was not included because he gets more money that way.
Yep.
Tennille89 says, not even remotely relevant, but Jesse appropriated a damn nice kitchen, presumably, in one of his pirate raids. That's some impressive plunder, my friend.
It is.
Yep, I just killed some old man who lived here and I moved in. No one said anything yet.
Yeah, everyone laughs. Everyone laughs, but if you've seen his basement, it is like 100% like serial killer
I want to
level
live
creepy.
There.
No, what?
No, it is not. It is not.
It's all dark.
Well,
He's
not now.
Actually, while we're on the subject, if you can see behind me, the bottom is like American flag blue. The middle is painted red, and then it's like white. I want to paint down here, but I don't know what colors to make it.
You just had to embarrass me, Jesse. I did that whole joke, and you turn it on, and your basement was immaculate.
I turn on my
he's got an awesome
interior to design.
Go back, everybody. Go back like 3 months to Toxic Tuesday, which will be coming on at 9 p.m. on Nick's channel, and you'll see him on there with like just dark and these lights and like behind him, and there's smoke everywhere. Like it did not look like that.
Yeah, dude, those lights, those colored lights, they're terrible, man. They keep unconnecting from the phone. They don't work half the time. I just said, fuck it. I'm going to have to go with another brand.
Okay, I would like to nominate the intern for best attempt to try to make people laugh but not be successful, Matt Mardigan.
I got things going on in the back.
Want to hear a joke real quick? Here's a
nice.
fucked up joke just to break it into the next segment. A guy and a girl are walking through the woods, right? Everything's fine. And the day's going on a little bit, and the sun's starting to go down. The girl's starting to get a little bit upset. So the guy deals with it. So they're walking, and the sun goes down, and the girl starts crying. So the guy turns to the girl and says, look, I don't know what the hell you're crying about. I'm the one who has to walk back through the woods alone.
Professor Gray had sent us in $5. Says, had a guy on Discord today try and convince me that Batman v Superman not only made money, but it was better than the Superman the movie. Oh, ouch.
That's
Whoa. I'm a Snyder
First of
guy.
all,
the original Superman?
Yeah, no, nothing's better than that.
No.
even even at the end, that's the thing is you can't even argue that the end of Superman the movie is even better than Man of Steel, even because Man of Steel, it takes him 45 minutes to finally decide to kill Zod, and it's over the Brady Bunch.
Yep.
It's like you let the whole city go to shit for the last 45 minutes, Stoops.
Not only that, he twisted the head in the direction of the Brady Bunch.
I know, right?
Died.
That never made sense to me either. Script. I'm like, wait a minute.
Don't you think that Superman would have tried to lure him out of the city so they didn't kill all
That's
those
what
people?
I said. That's what he did in Superman too.
Would have done.
Zod wants Superman, so Superman go into a field.
No, you don't even do that. Just take him out of Earth and take him to the dark side of the moon and hold him there until his solar power drains out, which will only take like a couple hours because, again, Zod's only been on Earth for like, a day. So that will drain out. Then he'll be trapped on the moon. You fly back, you make a lead-lined coffin, you go back up there, you throw him in there, you take him back down to Earth. He's now essentially mortal. and you throw him in some sort of basement prison, and boom, there you go, done.
Just throw him in the ocean. He's in a lead coffin.
I don't care. Just leave him on the moon. Boom, he put a man on the moon. No, that I can't buy that argument. I don't think Batman v Superman. See, it didn't lose nearly as much money as Justice League did, but it didn't make that much money either. I still think it lost a little bit of money.
Well,
much.
Justice
Super
League
friends.
paid for the sins of the father, is all that happened. Because if you look once again, big first weekend numbers for BVS were the equivalent of like I'd say Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, but it
Huge,
petered out around
huge
700 or
numbers.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because all those opening weekends were huge,
And I think it had a
and
budget of
then-
like 200 or 250.
Yeah, it
then
was
it-
about 200-ish, and it did, I think, 870
do that
million
much?
worldwide, something like that.
So that's still not quite, it's barely enough to squeak by, but I know it wasn't enough for them. And then Justice League, they spent, I think, almost twice that on.
They spent at least a minimum of an additional 80 to 160.
At least. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So, like, almost twice what they spent on,
And
They
they-
spent enough to make another Justice League movie if they wanted to.
basically, which is
Well,
why
and
we
then-
got two of them.
and then they threw, and then they threw another 40 million on top of that, so we could get Zach's vision, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, that's why we got two.
Whatever.
They just finished it off.
Can't someone give me like $5 million to make a movie?
I wish. And
You can
Hillis,
do a
I'm
lot
sorry.
with 5 million these days.
I didn't pay attention to the
For
date on
real.
this article when it was sent to me, but yeah, Paul Feig wants what? How? Yeah, he said this a year ago, but I'm sure his feelings. Still
I'm sure it hasn't changed. Are you high? The dude is like trying to get anything he can. Have you heard? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to talk to people who pay attention to like IMDb Pro, and places like that, like I do, and say this. Have you heard of any Paul Feig projects out there in the world?
Not recently, other than that
No.
Christmas one from like 2 years ago. But Ryan Johnson's got another movie coming out, and it ain't a Star Wars movie.
This is
Oh,
bullshit.
Knives Out too.
He
Not
Netflix
Knives Out
paid
2
him
either.
off.
But Chris Evans is in it, isn't that right?
Oh, Chris Evans loves him so much.
Oh God.
He's playing
Hey,
Gene Kelly.
Knives Out.
I'm sorry.
Chris Evans is in Knives Out, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris
I
Evans.
never saw them. I
They
never
want
seen the
Chris
movie.
Evans
Never
to play
will.
Gene Kelly.
No, I don't know if Johnson is directing or just producing, but like, what's the deal with this?
I'd like to. Can you screen share a picture of Gene Kelly real quick, just so everybody gets familiar with how much he's just. It's not a role for Chris
Thin,
Evans.
dapper, talented.
I'm woking in the rain.
Graceful.
Actually, I can kind of see it in the face, but
You say
there's
I'm
people who
walking
are,
in the rain.
but it looks like Hugh Jackman's been your favorite has been pushing more for it. Actually,
Oh, of course. He's like, it's okay if you're like 8 feet too tall, and you're not. Like, look, Gene Kelly looks like a little Irish guy from the like from off of a construction site in the 30s or something.
Well, and Wolverine was like 4'11" in the comics, and Hugh Jackman did a pretty good job with that one.
you two are gonna bond. Knock it off.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think it matters how
We don't
how
need some
tall-
male bonding right now.
Look, if they do want to make somebody who's too tall play somebody who's way shorter than them, they need to make everybody else on that fucking set a giant.
Look,
So that it's ratioed.
I mean, I
And
can
still
kind
Too
of
looks
force
right.
see,
perspective for photography.
I can
Yes.
kind of see
They
Chris
did it with
Evans in the
Elf.
face a little bit, but
I can't.
No.
He looks more like Paul Newman.
Looks
Yeah,
more like
he
Marlon
does look like
Brando.
Paul
I can't
Newman. I was
even
gonna
see
say
Chris
Paul
Evans
Newman
in
and
his
Marlon
face.
Brando had a kid.
Yeah, for son of a
Exactly.
bitch.
Maybe the smile. That's it. A little bit of a smile, but that's
he does
it
look
for
like
me.
somebody though right now. Hang on, I'll get there in a minute. But yeah, and by the way, not interested in any of the bondage on this this thing that you guys are talking about. I had enough of that with the Superman thing, so you guys can stop talking about male bondage.
Wait, what?
Ironcaster says, I'm on board if Brie Larson and Daisy Ridley answer the call. Yeah, that would buy me a house. Tennille89 says, the rakes need grenades attached to the handles.
Wow.
Oh no, that's too
Wow.
obvious. You need the same type of chemical explosive used in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question? When a thermal detonator blows up, it's surrounded by a bunch of shields, and you're in the middle of it. Would that not like wreck your day?
It would
Hang on to
melt
that
you.
thought
It
about
would melt you like they
thermal
covered Wolverine in metal.
because we're going to bring up Boba in a second.
Adamantium.
here.
You look
Lord
like a
Kamina
manhole
too
cover.
says Invincible is a better Superman movie than Man of Steel. I haven't
That
seen
it is.
Invincible, but I
That
would
was
say
a great
probably-
cartoon.
Great.
Oh,
That
Invincible was amazing. I
fun.
really
And
loved
the
that
comic
show.
series is not something to shake your finger at. It's actually pretty solid. it was being written at the time of like woke in its in its inception. So it does have a couple of interesting aspects in there, but doesn't take them in any way that is considered pontification or basically in the way that we very much are resistant to those ideas. It explores them in a more honest way, and they're not politicized, or they're just happenstance things. So I would recommend the comic book, and I would recommend watching Invincible on Amazon.
I know people have been trying to get me to watch it. I should.
You should. It's 8 episodes, around
They're 8
40 to
episodes. They're a
45
minimum of 40 minutes each.
And then Chris says, evening, gentlemen. Feig is like Ryan Johnson after The Last Jedi, like an eggplant right in the middle of class. I think he means hard on. And you need to do a presentation in front of class. Annoying and not needed. Exactly.
No,
That's not annoying and not needed. Just go up there and be proud.
Yeah, exactly. Just go up there, be proud. If you can use it to help point out something in your presentation, lean into it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like all you got to do is just pin it up in your waistband. Come on, guys.
Show your dominance.
That's if you're embarrassed. Like that's if you just don't have the size to be proud of. Like you're supposed to say, "Don't act like you're not impressed," and then just continue on.
Doesn't Tom Holland look more like Gene Kelly than freaking?
There you go. That's probably. But
he's certainly more graceful.
No, he's about the same height.
They're about the same height. Gene Kelly wasn't a giant, and
Tom Holland is too short to play anybody but Spider-Man.
You need an Irish.
He's closer to Wolverine type than Jackman.
Tom Holland might
but
be
he doesn't
better
got the
for
savagery.
A Gene Kelly. He's short. He's got the stocky build.
I just said that.
I didn't hear you over all the mass.
Okay.
And,
I love you, though, CC. It's a good idea, though.
There was a super chat supposedly sent before the show, but I'm not seeing it here in my repository. About the Flash. Yeah, the first one I got was House of Atreides. So
I have to go in the studio.
I'm in the studio, yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Are you sure you didn't accidentally put it on the one for the morning show tomorrow? That might be it.
Or the premiere video?
Or the premiere video? That could be. Because I'm not seeing it here, but yeah, just put what you said in the chat. Creature Crosby of Horror Comedy Movies says Donner Superman is the greatest. Soups was a straight up trolling people, acting all goody with a smirk on his face.
Yeah.
Reeves played him like he knew he was corny and gave zero about it.
He did. It was so beautifully done. I mean, come on, that's the only way you can get away with being a Boy Scout, right?
Yeah, no. Hillis. I don't see one in my repository here. Oh, here we got one here. Never mind, I see it now. My bad. Wally West is a better Flash. Come at me. I don't want to.
He's not as smart as Barry, but he's all right. He's fine.
I'm barely a fan enough of the Flash, and that
he's also not as fast as Barry. So
to me, that's just like Miles Morales 1.0. Goddess of Whim says
Barry came first.
Well, and then there was even somebody before that. There was
Jay Garrick is the first one.
Technically speaking, yes. In terms of when it came out, historically speaking, but then they moved him to Earth 2 as the Flash.
Yeah,
and then
see, that's where I get
originally speaking, you are correct, Script.
Goddess of Whim says Tom Hiddleston for Gene Kelly. He's thin and can dance. Hemsworth is not a good actor. Actually, did I say Hemsworth? It's actually Chris Evans, isn't it?
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah. You said Evans.
I think Chris Pine would be a better Gene Kelly than Chris Evans.
Chris Pine would be a better Gene Kelly.
Yeah,
you know Chris Pine can sing.
Yes, he can, and dance. We've seen him do that too.
Dance off.
Yeah, probably the best. I think the best dancer still in Hollywood has to be Christopher Walken. So,
still, yeah.
I don't know. John Travolta's a really good dancer.
Oh my God!
He still does.
Yeah, but you have to ask the Scientologist if he could come out and play.
Can I dance?
Yeah, it's not usually a problem.
No, L. Ron Hubbard's
he
always
pay
been
his
cool
Scientologist dues.
They're like, we will order every single one of our members to see this film. How many times do you need?
I'm pretty sure, like, you have to be a OT level 9 before you're even allowed to dance. A lot like the Southern Baptist in that way.
Yeah.
Uber B Man says late to the show, but I'd love to see Matthew Vaughn direct a Superman film. I liked the Kingsman. I like the Kingsman better than Spider-Man No Way Home, and I liked both. Well, I know he's been wanting to make one for a while.
Not just that. It's not just Matthew Vaughn, but Stephen DeKnight said that he would want to write a Superman film as well. So if you got Vaughn and DeKnight together.
DeKnight is a comic book fan.
Yeah.
He did the first season of Daredevil on Netflix.
Yep, and he was a
Oh.
huge fan too. He actually knows the source material, so he does have that advantage over to him. So you take a guy who will respect the source material where it comes from. So right out the
Just
bat,
get me in
the
that
Knight
room so I
has
can
the
remind them
points.
not to put any religious allegory into Superman, because that's an insult not only to religion but to
Uh-huh.
Superman as well.
Oh,
true.
we're gonna do that Superman
Yeah.
pose in the sky.
And then in the
No.
church, with the
Oh.
Jesus
God,
with
that
the
looks
red
terrible.
cape.
You know they're going to do that in Black Adam,
Should have
right?
won Nick Weiser.
In a different way. There's going to be religious bologna sausage in Black
This
Adam.
this says, what did you guys think of Netflix's Arcane? I have not seen it yet. Has anybody here seen it?
I've
Not
only
yet.
just started it. Only
Yeah,
started
Yeah,
it.
I
I've
just
seen-
started
I've
it
seen
myself.
I've seen the whole thing twice.
Oh wow! So I think it looks pretty
Ooh.
good. I'm interested.
What is
There's
it?
some things that are, but when I get through it, I'm going to give it a fair go. So when I get through it, I'll probably talk about it on my
Ultra,
channel.
when you get through it, I'd love to. We can talk about it on this channel, wherever you want me to talk about it. I'd love
As
to talk
soon as
about
I
it.
finish Cobra Kai, I will finish. I'm halfway
What's
on
the
season
setup for
4.
Arcane?
Yeah, oh, so much to finish. Do you realize we live in an age of material, but only some of it's good? See, we have to act, we are like human sifts, like sieves. We're a colander, right? We are constantly trying to find the good shit and have all
Well,
the bad shit.
who
go
here
out.
has seen the first episode of Boba Fett?
Me.
Yeah, I have.
I say, I think everybody
I won't
has.
watch that.
Yeah.
Let's real quick for those except for Jesse who didn't watch it yet.
I refuse.
Nick,
No.
like you liking it so far? Not liking it? Real quick.
It was so boring.
Okay.
It was a
Matt?
drag. It was a drag, man.
Jace.
Well, I didn't like The Mandalorian, and
Ooh.
I'm not like I did not like the first episode, and I'm not gonna like the show. It was
Yeah.
boring. It was unnecessary. It didn't feel like Star Wars. It felt like a bad fan fiction from someone that didn't understand Star Wars or Boba Fett, in my opinion. So I didn't like it.
Culture.
Well, I'm actually, some of my thoughts are going to show up in the video tomorrow that I'm literally.
All right, well, just kind of.
But I'll just say this: no. It's very simple. I mean, there's a lot of problems with it. It is like the plot holes have plot holes.
Right.
The character doesn't represent themselves as the character at all ever. You will not recognize Boba Fett one bit from even from the portrayal that was in The Mandalorian. This is not the same dude, and it's really odd. There was a lot of moments you're like, that's not the way that would go down, and there were a lot of things just in the fight scenes. We talked about this that I'm like going, this is not logistically how this would go down. You have two combat veterans that would do.
I just kind of want an
stuff.
impression, like
All
you
right.
said, you got a video
and-
coming
and-
up, but
Yeah, you got a video
And
coming
the
out.
comedy, I didn't.
Thing still pisses me off, right?
Well-
Thermal detonator, no helmet, should have no head.
Okay. You're
Hold-
spoilering.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I wanted to
I
hear
was gonna
Jace because
Yeah,
I did not know there
Jace.
was jokes in it.
Yeah,
what
the
were you gonna say?
the humor in the show, I do not like it. It doesn't fit into the Star Wars universe. It just felt out of place. It felt weird. It felt forced, in my opinion. It was just like, okay, sure, man. What's going on? Like, it was weird. It's like,
Yeah.
for me, like when you watch The Last Jedi, you have this weird humor, and the sequels, it's weird humor we have never seen before that doesn't fit this Star Wars universe. And Boba Fett did the same thing. It has humor that doesn't fit this universe. It feels forced and weird.
Script.
Well,
That's never good.
Well,
Hang on, hear him out.
I don't like flashbacks.
Oh.
I think it's a very when it's used properly in regards to moving the story forward, it's fine. But in this first episode, half the episode is flashback, and it does not push the story forward. It just answers a mystery that's not really prevalent when a bigger mystery is put forward, which is who is the mayor and what's going on in Mos Espa. And I'm more interested in that. I'm very happy that Tamora Morrison, he lost a lot of weight between Mandalorian season 2 and this one. Like,
Well, that's a fun thing to just see him again. That's why I watch it, just to see him again.
he's all right, and he's trying to sound more like the Boba Fett from the original voice Boba Fett. Like he's getting his voice more raspier, like the Empire Strikes Back thing. But a lot of people were saying on Twitter, like, why doesn't he use his jetpack? I have to sadly remind people, in the 2 movie appearances we saw with Boba Fett, he used his jetpack once, and it also malfunctioned on him and sent him into that Sarlacc pit. So it's not really a thing he's dependent on.
No.
But yeah, the fight choreography is lame. I'm sick and tired of parkour. I'm not impressed by it. And neither should you be at this point. But if you can do it, you should be impressed if you can do it and see it real life. To see it on film, it's been so overused. I just don't care anymore. I want to see something different and new. And yeah, I mean, it's just a show with this great production value, but all the effort to make it worth watching is not really there.
Yeah.
And I have a heavy suspicion that Favreau and Rodriguez and Filoni being like the monkey wrench in this whole operation, I don't think they have enough time to really develop and put this stuff out the way they want to, and that's why we're getting the subpar Star Wars content on.
It felt like a bad version of Arrow with all the flashbacks, in my opinion. Like,
oh gosh, I might just do a mock trailer where I have Boba Fett narrate, like, for 5 years I survived hell, and now I've come back to Mos Espa, but not as Boba Fett. I have to be something else. That type of thing that Steve Amell did. But like it really is. It gave me Arrow flashbacks. I'm not a fan of Greg Berlanti, and I don't like his style at all. He's the reason Green Lantern sucked as a film, and it should have been good. So yeah, Martin Campbell directing, and you can't get a good movie out of Martin Campbell. Like that's tough because he's quite effective. He's revived the Bond franchise twice. That's a good track record for a director.
So in general, I follow the Culture Casino rule where I will give any show at least 3 episodes. But since this tiny little thing is only getting 6 episodes, is that right, Script? So I heard it's only getting 6 of these things.
7 in total, I believe.
7 in total. So I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm going in with an open mind. I was not at all impressed with this first episode. I want to talk about the 2 women in his life. Should we either talk about, and I don't mean this like literally, I don't want to talk about it, but I found it ironic that the 2 women in his life were either, I don't know, the sand chick that kicked his ass or the Asian chick that went and kicked ass for him.
Well, I can't tell if it's more like Rain Man or Driving Miss Daisy. Either way, he's being dragged around town.
All hail the
disintegrate that one guy.
Wow, you guys.
Yeah, that's how rockets work.
You guys keep bonding over everything. This is really uncomfortable.
I don't know if you want to call it a nitpick or if you want to call it a genuine criticism, but I only watched the episode because, well, I have family who wants to watch these things and I live with them. But the episode did feel like a first episode. Like it felt out of place as far as as telling the story goes. It I guess maybe you could say it felt like a 0 episode at best, but at least when I watched the first episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian, it felt like an introduction. Yeah. This doesn't feel like a proper season because I feel like when you are, because let's just pretend for conversation's sake, there's going to always be someone who didn't maybe catch The Mandalorian. They just watch it because they're a big Boba Fett fan. You want to, in a way, softly reintroduce the character.
You want to violently reintroduce him. You want
well,
him.
You know what I mean? Yes.
You want.
Well, and that was kind of my problem too. Is it didn't feel like a first episode.
No, you Jesse, cut him in half, dismember him, freaking disintegrate him right away. I mean, it needed that opening
and disrespect
scene.
The character.
Yeah, that opening scene needed to grab you by the testicles. And I'm telling you right now, the opening scene of this was like weak sauce times 10. It was mundane and very, I mean, it's like,
how much is it going to take for you guys to admit that Star Wars is not good?
Oh, it's dead.
Oh,
I've been saying this isn't Star Wars. That's the thing.
Just stop watching Star Wars.
Well,
the universe exists.
No, Jesse,
I'm surprised this many people watched it because it only got 1.7 million viewers, right, Culture?
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
And 6 million of that is YouTubers looking for content.
What were the Mandalorian numbers?
No, 1.7 million.
Sorry. Jesus.
Does anyone remember the Mando numbers compared to that?
I don't know.
At least the opening season episodes?
You guys need to embrace the way I look at Star Wars now is I want them to do more garbage because the sooner they burn it down, the more likely it will be that somebody will come around that loves the property and will actually give us something worthy
No,
Yeah, but at that point, who gives a shit?
I mean, we still got
do.
Geode.
I
We still got
do.
Geode.
Yeah, but this new Star Wars is not even
Yeah.
Star Wars. It's just corporation fiction.
Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm still
What
gonna
it
watch
is.
it, and I'm gonna.
I think
don't know.
Picard got more viewers than this, if I remember right.
Oh, don't tell me that.
No, I'm serious because I think that got closer to 4 million, wasn't it? Script.
Oh, that's an awful sign
Definitely
for the
broke
franchise.
3 because it was doing
Yeah.
better than Discovery was. So
Yeah, it was doing much better than Discovery.
Good God, are we
so
finally at the point where Star Wars is becoming like Star Trek?
maybe that's what I
well, I
was
think
saying.
people are
is-
understanding that the Disney Star Wars is
Yeah.
not Star Wars. That's the thing. It's got
Yeah,
that
it's not
prefix
Star
of
Wars.
Disney.
It's
and that
corporation
does not
fiction.
yeah, it doesn't count. So yeah, I mean, and you know what? I mean, you can still watch the original trilogy, and as long as you just tell yourself, yeah, all the other stuff is not real. Compared to that,
That's
you're
kinda what I
fine.
do. Not in my
But
head.
that's why
canon.
that's why that's why I'm happy that the expanded universe exists. It's like lately I've been playing so much SWATOR again, just because it's a lot of good storytelling there, and you have KOTOR 1 and 2, and it's just like it's fun to just go back to the old expanded universe and screw this fan or corporation fiction from Disney and
Well,
Kathleen
I think
Kennedy.
culture stepped away, but I'm pretty sure the number was 1.7 million. But the reason I even bring all this up was Cobra Kai's kicking ass.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
Jumped into the
fuck
top
yes.
10 right away.
Fuck
Took
yes.
number 1, I think, the next day.
It
if
took
not,
number 1
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say right here,
I
January 2nd.
I finished it. I finished it yesterday.
Halfway, baby. I'm gonna finish the rest tomorrow. I cannot wait to finish it. I was at that good point where can I how much can I say or can't say?
Let's keep it mostly spoiler free for now.
Okay.
Just because.
I'll just say halfway then.
But no, like it says it's had 94.27 million watch hours. Of course, that's all 10 episodes spread out. But I mean, somebody who can do math could probably figure that out.
I can do math.
We'll
What-
just
what do I
divide it
need
by
to do?
10, and that's how many you got in video.
120 million minutes is stupid big number.
Holy shit.
Hours. 120 million
Oh.
hours.
Oh, I thought it was minutes.
I just want a
Hours.
new season right now.
Oh, that's an even bigger, more bigger. Oh, more and bigger.
Oh my God, that
More
doesn't
bigger.
make
More
sense.
than
bigger.
12 million people watching it.
binge
Good one,
watch
This
it.
is
It's
a
tired.
12
cultural-
million? Is that what you said, Script?
A minimum. If you divide by 10, it's a minimum of 12 million people.
Wow.
That is a cultural phenomenon.
Hell yeah.
That's
Holy
that's like
shit.
fucking Big Bang numbers.
Dude, that's like Joe Rogan numbers.
Dude, Cobra Kai is insanely huge. Like even my dad, who has not watched like modern TVs for the last 20 years, got a Netflix just to watch this show. Just
Nerd
to watch
Cookies is in the chat. Hello, Nerd Cookies, and thank you for being a member.
Hey, Elaine.
I wish I could get back into Cobra Kai. I got through like half the episode in season 2. That kid with the mohawk gets under my skin. I can't force myself to go
he's
back
like
and
one of
watch
the
it.
best parts come in the newest season.
Yeah,
Oh,
season
yes.
2 would be the weakest out of the 4, but it's
It is
it's
probably,
pretty
yeah.
good.
I have to
Hawk
agree with
is
that.
amazing. Love that character.
Because to me, this was like one of the best seasons yet, and it's been
Oh, yeah.
ratings wise, it has been too. RRTNZ sends in a New Zealand $5. Thank you so much. It's a silver lining. Think of all the money we will save by not going to see DC superhero movies in the future. Thank you, Warner Brothers. I can spend money on beer, or you can just stay at home and watch Cobra Kai because they just
Yeah.
finished season 5 as well. And I don't
Yep.
think Netflix is going to let it go away anytime real soon.
I hope not.
Chad,
I mean, I don't
Rubmarine-
want the show to go on too long to the point where it starts to like be
Right.
bad. But I want it to go
Wasn't
to
it
the
like
point where they can really
5
finish on
seasons
a
or
bang.
6 seasons they're gonna go for?
They had a plan for 5, but they also knew that if it went farther, they had story
They can do a
threads to work
6th,
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chad Rupnerine says, I absolutely love Man of Steel and BBS, but for me, it belongs on the same shelf as Apocalypse Now and 7, and not Spider-Man or the Richard Donner Superman. That's kind of a interesting
That's
point
fair.
of view. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying there. Yeah. It is a different kind of movie, totally. And then Joe 1075 says, thank the Lord for Culture Casino. Yes, indeed. And he's not here to hear all this, but Professor Gray says this is not Star Wars, it's Stupid Wars.
You guys are all right, and I did hear it. I'm sorry, I was trying to
It's okay.
navigate some issues, but thank you.
No.
You guys are very complimentary, and I appreciate all
I
of you.
just wanted to get them before they got. I hate people waiting for them.
Yeah.
I apologize. Deleted Scenes is here as well and says there's a Western called Old Henry. It's a masterpiece. In a perfect world, Tim Blake Nelson would win the Oscar watch it and said somebody else told me about this.
Me.
movie.
Yeah,
thank
it's
you,
my
Pat. Yes,
favorite.
sorry.
It's my favorite movie of 2021.
Okay, so
hands
now-
down.
You said that, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. I'm gonna check that out myself.
Yeah, the intern says I have to watch that movie and something
Benny
called,
loves you.
Benny Loves You, yeah.
Naked Fame, thank you as well for being a member. We appreciate that.
And
And then we got Wild Man Beyond who says this season was the Super Bowl. I've heard this everywhere. I after these ratings, I gotta imagine since they just finished filming season 5, don't you think that they're definitely going to sign him for like a 6 and 7
They
script?
have to,
You
and
would
they're
assume such.
and
Yeah.
according to them, they have a way to go if they do
Well,
that.
that's what
They
I just
have
said too. Yeah,
they have stories to tell. Yeah, sorry, I was engaged.
that's okay. But yeah, script. What do you think with these kind of ratings and considering they just finished season 5?
Oh, well, they finished production of season 5, so I think they're on post production right now for the next few months.
Yep.
I hope they keep him around. I hope they explore some other characters that we saw in those original films. I kind of don't want to see Michael Ironside come back, so I don't.
That's the only one I don't want. Yeah.
But I would like to see Walter Goggins come back, or Walton
Yeah.
Goggins. Sorry.
Some kind of in some way maybe.
In some way, yeah, some sort of weird way. That's fun. But no, I think it'd be foolish of them to not try to continue this on. From my perspective, I think either 6 or 7 seasons will probably be your safe area to close the
Right.
show out.
Yeah.
I see it 8 seasons for some reason.
Oh, that's ambitious.
Let's see, like based on the first 4 seasons, they cover up to the first half of the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
pretty much. So
And I
one more
feel like
season would
there's-
finish off the 3rd movie, would be season 5. Then you got 2 seasons to do the next Karate Kid if you wanted to, which would be season 6 and 7.
And then the
Maybe
8th one is just to kind of give the kids their own.
Maybe, yeah.
And
Are
then
they going to
maybe-
cover the remake?
Fuck the remake. Actually, they addressed that already. You know what the remake is? It's a movie in that universe.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, like, I would think it'd be hilarious if at some point one of the kids is watching it and they're like, it's kind of weird, Dad, how this movie is so close to your life. He's like, yeah, I should have sued him.
It's kind of weird, Dad, that they call it the Karate Kid, but he's doing kung fu.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
The only reason I
Lane-
watched it was because of Jackie Chan at that time, because I love
then
martial arts.
I mean, I like Jackie Chan in it, yes, but like outside of that, it's a horrible movie.
Yeah, it is horrible.
Elaine didn't like it as much as we did. It looks like she said it was a mixed bag, but it ended wonderfully. Like, you're one of the few people I've heard had mixed emotions towards it. I've only heard like 2 or 3 people so
Well,
far
I need
that
to
just
see it
aren't.
still.
Well, that
There's
There's
can
only a
of course,
handful of
see-
moments that made me go, "What?" But it was more not really story choice.
Not
but
as
sort of
bad as the last 2
presentation.
seasons.
No,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, the
And
prom
then,
thing bothered me.
Wild Man Beyond says, "Are you aware Cobra Kai is seen as the new Star Wars? I agree, and better than Disney Star Wars.
Wow.
It's starting to look that way with these kind of ratings,
is.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, Paulie, how you
yeah.
doing, buddy? I didn't know if you were still here or not, but I did use one of your messages out of context earlier, and I did it with pride." A Spider Unlimited, I want to thank you as well as Valiant Renegade for being a member who sends in a member chat. Who says, "Ooh, member chat, 9 months repping Frank Marshall at Congo."
And Naked Fame is demanding a minimum effort puppy.
And then I don't know if I mentioned Billy D as well. So thank you for being a member. So I don't want to forget
Billy
anybody.
D is not mine. Oh wait, that was
So basically, the only one here on the panel who hasn't seen Cobra Kai yet is Michael, right?
Yeah.
I haven't.
haven't
Just the
finished
first
it.
season.
I haven't finished.
Oh, that's right.
I
You
just
said
want
that,
more
man.
Terry Silver action. I
And
think he's
Nick,
just
you're
gonna
only
get
3 or 4
crazier and
episodes, and you
crazier.
said, okay.
I'm halfway. I got 5 more to go.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
It's good.
Okay.
Watch it. That's all I can
Thank you.
say.
I will
Just
have it
watch
done
it.
tomorrow.
Just
I keep
do
saying
it.
it. I keep saying it this way, right? We are human, like filter systems for everybody else. We try to consume this stuff really fast, and there's just so much stuff.
Well, and it points out here that the second season of Witcher came in a very far distant second.
Man, I watched it. I really like Henry Cavill. Like, he's definitely my Geralt. You know what I mean? But this second season was. I don't
I thought
remember
you almost
anything
said
about
Pearl
it.
for a second there.
I don't remember,
He did.
I don't remember anything about the second season. It left no impact, no imprint on me at all. like what Henry definitely left an imprint on me after that first season for sure.
From what I heard, it was a mushroom stamp across your forehead.
Oh, I wish. Are you kidding? I'd wear that with pride. Geralt of Rivia mushroom stamp me, please.
Wow.
Wow.
Y'all keep leaving me hanging because you know what? that Scientology Southern Baptist joke was way too good for y'all.
It's not that we're leaving you hanging. We're just waiting for you to have a punchline.
Oh
yeah, you're going all Lorne Michaels with your comedy here, man. Just letting it, pitter out.
Yeah, you dangled something.
We can rewrite the script for your appearances, though. We'll get you a script for the next show.
Oh, whatever. I got things going. Like I'm still trying to get ready for later on. Like,
well, speaking of that, we've got a show coming up here with Nick Weiser, where we're going to talk one of my favorite movies of all time. We're going to talk about Goodfellas. So you guys park up there. Here is the link. I'm going to put it in the stream.
Look at the link over there.
So you can park up there because as soon as we're done here, we're going to head over there and talk some Goodfellas.
That's right. It's going to be a good time. Partay.
Other than that, was there any big news going on that you guys wanted to bring up or talk about?
The week is still young. I mean, obviously, besides the DC news, which is laughable and a parody at best, I can't wait to see that thing fall. Like, it's going to be comedy watching it fall.
Yeah.
It's going to be comedy.
It is.
Hollywood just cannot. I don't want to say they can't. I think they just don't know how to learn from their mistakes, and they continue to learn all the wrong lessons from anytime they get like a sliver of success. They don't learn the right lessons, and it's what's going to happen with No Way Home. They're going to think, okay, just throw 5 versions of the same character. It'll be successful automatically. They thought that with Keanu Reeves with The Matrix. Oh, hey, look, he's relevant again because of John Wick. Just put him in our movie and that'll automatically translate. It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it's bigger than that because they can't take the right lessons from their successes, which is why I think they're going to look at Spider-Man and be like, oh yeah, I mean, the whole of Hollywood's like, oh yeah, we're going to have this giant surge at the box office now. And I'm like going, not if you put bullshit out on the screen. People are done with it. They broke the habit of going to movies on a regular basis. They're only going to see something that they know is going to be of quality or the word of mouth is high. Telling them that this is great stuff. They don't know how to deal with their success. They don't know how to deal with their failures. They're having a really hard time. And as script says, there might not be a whole lot of brains engaged in the studio system right now. So there you go.
Well, no, I mean, there's lots of movies out there that we haven't heard of. They're also just as bad, like Dragon, the Weapon of the God. That came out sometime last year. There's Rucker the Trucker, if I remember correctly.
I like that
The
movie.
Ravine, with I think has a stand-up comic in there. There's Mega Boa. There's a snake movie that nobody saw. Like Hollywood's not. Just because they're not big studio films doesn't mean that they're also all going to be great. There's a lot of garbage out there. The studios themselves, the ones that are at the top of the mountain, so to speak, they listen to what they want to listen to, and they do what they want to do.
Welcome,
no matter
George.
what we can do, they're not going to do anything.
Good to see you, brother.
They're not going to change that until they see a good direction. Hey, George.
Hey, we're just wrapping up here soon, but welcome to the show.
Just got it.
No worries.
He's got a beautiful soul.
Yeah, we got Toxic Tuesday coming up here, but welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man, Jesse, Scott. Is that Matt?
Hail, brother George.
How you doing, my brother?
You got Jason here.
Hello,
George.
Jason,
party up there.
Always
Yeah, the intern. Yeah, the intern's down here.
Ah, the intern. I see him in the aqua.
Not an intern.
Well,
It is
hi,
Aquaman.
Hi, intern. How you doing?
Guy says, I question people's fandom of the Karate Kid of those who just absolutely love Cobra Kai. I'm not sure what you mean there with that one, Want Tutu Sai, but you won't find a bigger Karate Kid fan than me. I'll tell you that.
Want you to Sai. Want
you to Sai. Gotcha. Wild Man Beyond. Oh, go ahead.
No, I can appreciate that perspective, but you're looking at two different timelines of the same product. And I really think, just like Ralph Macchio, that the third film really landed like a thud. And he didn't deliver. He said so in an interview today, but he's incredibly proud of what it generated in this fourth season of Cobra Kai. He says we have a great villain to work with.
Well, Script and I spent 2 hours sticking up for it. So
because Terry Silver. Yeah, because Terry Silver, is that character, and I think that's a good thing. And you and Script did a great job sticking up for the film. I didn't agree with everything you say, but I have to tell you, it's a fine film. But it's all perspective, where you're coming from, and again, these are two different timelines. You're looking at a very much older Daniel-san, right? A very much older set of characters here. And, if you look at it through that lens, and that the fact that you were actually bringing in some new faces, that again, eventually this thing could be rebooted once more in a completely different way if this proves to be successful for multiple seasons, which I have no reason to suspect that it won't be. The writers are right on top of it, as long as nobody changes in the writing room, which we all know that happens. As long as, you don't have a major change in direction. I think this goes on for a while. I really do.
Yeah. And George, you were about to say something?
No, I really enjoyed I liked all the Karate Kid films.
Me too.
But yeah, I did. I really liked the third. I don't know why.
I'm a huge fan, and I feel like this movie
so much crap.
It's still in the same tone and all that business, so I have no issue with that part. But Wild Man Beyond said, I heard after the show ends, they're going to do a few movies. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't kind of have a plan set for like reunion movies down the road. Like that wouldn't surprise me.
I didn't like which I love Jackie Chan, but I did not like his Karate Kid movie.
No, we were just saying that before you got here.
Yeah.
Actually. And he said a few movie star. Yeah, you didn't have to send it in a super chat for that. I knew what you meant, Wild Man Beyond, but thank you so much. Professor Gray says, feel like I'm missing out. Tried watching Cobra Kai 3 times. Can't get through the first episode. Just don't seem to enjoy. It's not for everybody, but it's just one of those shows that just everybody I've turned on to it, they go into it reluctantly and they end up hooked.
I want to add to that. I was originally that guy. I originally was, and what changed? I'm like, you know what? Since they're all short, I'm gonna just watch the first half of the first season, which is 5 episodes. And by the halfway moment, I became a believer, and it was all downhill, and the rest was history. So give it a 5-episode college try, and then go from there.
And I always tell people the reason that I have the rule, the rule to watch 3 episodes is because that's when Breaking Bad hooked me. Right. And Breaking Bad is not everybody's cup of tea, and it kind of changed my perspective on media consumption, because there were times I was like watching one episode of a Netflix series or back when I was, fully engaged in Netflix, and I was like, this is terrible. And I never got any, beyond certain things, unless it was 100%, the word of mouth was great on it. I never gave it more than that first episode chance. But now my rule is, as Mike said earlier, Mexican Iron Man, I watch 3 episodes of something, whether or not I'm enjoying it or not, and that's the same thing I'm going to do with Book of Boba Fett, which I already know is toast, and all of that.
Wouldn't go so fast. You never know. It could turn around. It could. I still have faith it could turn around. Hey,
okay.
You can hope. And then Edgy number 1 says it cost £14 and 99. What would be left over?
Pence.
That's what I thought.
And how about
you just say £14.99 and you're covered. You don't
Shut
have to...
up, culture.
Okay.
I had the same experience, I have to say, that Nick had with Cobra Kai. It took me a couple of episodes, because at first I was like, I really don't want to see the side of Johnny. And then I was like, I'll give it a chance. But once I did,
you love Johnny. You fall in love with him.
It did. I actually started getting pissed off at Danielson. I was like, hey, what an ass.
Jesse, you remind me a lot of Johnny in some ways.
Yeah, I immediately liked Johnny because one,
he was the hero.
I was a carpenter for almost 10 years. So Johnny is a real person.
Right.
Yep.
But remember that Danielson, he was the original Johnny. They didn't have anything. But what gave it to me, what changed it for me, was that one line when he was arguing with Daniel. When Daniel was saying, I'm going to here to stop you all, no more Cobra Kai. Because he's like, you're the bad guy. He's like, me. And he's like, you came after my girlfriend. He's like, no, y'all weren't dating. He's like, yeah, we were. And I was like, oh, that's a different perspective. And that just flipped it for me.
Yeah, there's that 30 for 30 that ESPN did on the Karate Kid, and they put it out perfectly. Daniel was always the bad guy. He started every fight.
No, God, I hate that theory. You can totally
he was being a douchebag with the radio. He didn't start.
You can totally look at it that way. You can, right? I mean, that's how this whole thing got kicked back into the world.
Oh God,
I
try to Nietzsche
me
to
your
house. Yeah,
I have to agree with culture. I agree.
No,
he
don't-
didn't start. He's not the one. He was fighting back, like when they start.
I'm not letting you guys Nietzsche me with this whole truth is power. Whoever has the power decides what is true. No, man. Look, like I did the dance. Johnny was just smoking some weed, trying to chill out.
Matt is kind of right. Outside of the bike scene, Daniel kind of starts it or interjects himself.
He really does not.
But he's trying to get back after they.
And he's also in a new place. He's also in a new place with a bunch of dude bro asshats, right?
No, not dude bro. They were being typical high schoolers, which are bullying. He got bullied. No. I see both perspectives, but I don't think Daniel is.
George is like, look, it's just boys being boys.
Wow,
they're boys. They're fucking with him. He's the new kid. Oh my god, who hasn't done that before?
Don't piss
we
me
need
off.
we need a Midnight's Edge after dark debate on this now.
If we had time, Nick, I would. But like, we got to get onto your show.
Yeah, no, we do. But I'm just saying,
I got to finish the super chat here.
Super chats, yeah. We didn't give this super chat.
I didn't even get to finish it. And I know he means No Way Home here because he addressed it in the chat. Thank you for that, edgy number one. But I knew what you meant. Thank you. And says I spent 14 pounds on 14 pounds and 99 pence for the Spider-Man No Way Home ticket. Screw you, culture. I'm going to say it that way. It was the biggest investment that when you think about it. It is. That's almost as much as you'd spend on a Blu-ray.
And that's why it's important when you go to something that your money you're because it's valuable. Money's getting more and more valuable.
Well, how much did you spend on that 40X ticket? Whoa, who do we lose?
Matt, he said in the private chat that he's getting ready for Toxic
Tuesday.
He
All right, I'll see him over there, I guess.
Tonight.
No problem. I missed it. But Mike, you on the other hand saw it in 40X. How much did that cost you?
It was an extra $7.99.
Yeah, it's like $6, $7.
So close to $20 a ticket.
Well, I was at a matinee. Yeah, it was $20. Well, I was at a matinee, so I think I paid. Well, because that was it was $6.99. Yeah, it was. I paid $14.99 per ticket.
Yeah, it's like $6 or $7. It's not a big deal.
Dude, but I got to tell you,
be 50 or
but
60
he
bucks
didn't
out.
well, hold on.
He didn't tell you about the left and right arm for the popcorn and candy.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. The booth, they have booth seats, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about full blown 3D 4DX, and it was freaking awesome. I'm not talking about the seats that just rumble and move. The what do they call it? The booth X seats or the X booth?
Was it worth it?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, he had the mist and the smells.
Oh
and
shit!
The
Is that
flash?
I didn't
and all
know that was out anywhere. That's for real, right?
Yeah,
3D 4DX. I just went out. I just did it in Ontario. I want to take. So Paulie and I went. Me and Paulie had a blast, and we did the booth X chairs, which are the ones that just move. We had a great time once we got through security and like the Vax card and COVID security crap. But I had a blast with me and Paulie had a great time. We saw it on Saturday, but the 3D 4DX experience was out of control. It was amazing, especially for like Spider-Man. Dude, when he's standing there in the rain and there's that little drizzle, water's coming on your face.
Come on.
I swear to God. And here's the other thing. You know what? Okay. You know what?
Did you have to cover up your popcorn?
No, it's not like that, George. And then you know where the part.
Did they have like a cover for you to stick your hand into the popcorn?
That sounds amazing, Mike.
So George, you know when Spidey shoots the little. He shoots his web. All right, so down by your ankles, they have these little things that slap out like little plastic rubber whips, and they hit your ankles, and it felt like when Strange was pulling them back and stuff like that. It hits your ankle, and you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Oh, come on!
Yes, it was better.
Paulie said it was a great time. Yeah.
Jesse,
what happens during love scenes?
There wasn't anything like that.
It's called Eternals.
Jesse, when I come up to Connecticut, because I'm still going to come up, I'm going to take you to. We're going to find a 40X. I'm going to take you.
I don't think we have that shit here. Dude.
How can you not have it? You're in Connecticut.
Yo! Look, everybody thinks Connecticut's like some rich place. No, Connecticut's a bunch of backwoods hicks and morons. There ain't nothing here. Even our cities look like shit.
But you got good pizza.
Connecticut pride.
I gotta go now, Mike. I gotta find a 40X somewhere around here.
It's 3D. It's 3D/4DX. So you're wearing the glasses and you're seeing the movie in 3D like normal, but the 4DX is like shit. There's 21 different things that happen to you, including scents. Like when they were walking by like some floral thing, like some spray came out and I could smell like, you know, same thing like when you spray like shit in your house. It was unbelievable.
Oh wow!
Well, they do that. Yeah, I mean, essentially, it's the same tech that you've been getting from Disney for the last 25 years. But you know, they did ramp some elements up. It's kind of a neat experience, George. You will
Wait
enjoy
a minute,
it.
where in Disney do they have that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I
forever.
love theme park rides,
Dude.
so I'd love to go to the movie.
This is not Star Tours. This is way beyond that.
Well,
No,
how
I
much
hate
is
to
it
do
for
this,
40?
guys.
They had one for the
but
Muppets back in the day.
We have to end the show, so
we
need
do,
to get to the
unfortunately,
super chats
because
and we need to end the
unfortunately
show.
because we got to go talk about some Goodfellas over on Nick's channel.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Great.
But so we're gonna make this this super chat the last one for now, unless somebody else sends in a last minute one. Wild
I'll
Man
send
Beyond
one
said
in.
great time for nostalgia. Ghostbusters, Spider-Man, and now Cobra Kai. I agree.
Absolutely.
Even though Cobra Kai predated those, but yes. That was funny because I remember telling everybody about it when it was on YouTube, and everybody's like, "I ain't signing up for that." I'm like, "No, but it's worth it."
YouTube Red,
it was
yeah,
worth
back in the
it.
day, they're like,
Yeah, it was really worth it.
But check out George the Giant Slayer's channel. Check out Nick's channel. We're headed there now. Check out Jace's channel. Check out Culture Casino. Check out Script. Check out Mexican Iron Man channel and Jesse Miller over at the Crow's Nest as well.
yeah, over at the video game nest right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've
he's
been
streaming
playing a lot of games. I ain't gonna lie. I'm hooked on that.
And of course, check out Mad's channel too, I guess.
Yeah, dude, because you know what? Tomorrow we have Street Smarts. It's the most fun you can have
Street Smarts.
while you could be in your pajamas.
Really?
It's
Playing a
fantastic.
little game.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we do Wednesday live on my channel.
So follow us over there, guys. We're gonna go talk about some Goodfellas, or at least some of us here on the panel will be there. And yeah, I love you all, and take care of yourselves, and Happy New Year.
Fuck this shit.